Can I say something before we even start? You know nothing about sports. I sit in my bed and watch you guys talk about nothing. Do you really believe that acting is easy? They tell me what to say, they tell me what to wear. It's a piece of cake. No. Did you see Mamma Mia? He was very good at Mamma Mia. Did you see that? That was a dreadful film. Did you think that was a good film? Sometimes, our favorite stars drop the Hollywood polish and deliver raw, unfiltered truths. From awkward interviews to brutal takedowns, these moments remind us that even celebrities can't resist a good dose of honesty. On the 1982 Late Night with David Letterman, Christopher Reeve didn't shy away from criticizing his Superman co-star, Marlon Brando, during an interview. I must say, I don't say this to be vicious, but I don't worship at the altar of Marlon Brando because I feel that he's copped out in a certain way. He could really be inspiring a whole generation of actors, but what happened is the press loved him, whether he was good, bad, or indifferent. So he doesn't care anymore, and I just think it would be sad to be 53, whatever he is, and not give a damn. That's all. I just think it's too bad that the man has kind of been forced into that hostility. He expressed dissatisfaction with Brando's lack of effort, revealing the frustrations of working with a legend who wasn't pulling his weight. Was it exciting to work with him, though? Not really. No. I had a wonderful time, but the man didn't care. I'm sorry, he just, took the $2 million and ran. You know? Yeah. I appreciate you being here. It was a lot of fun. He was going to kill me, but anyway, thank you. Speaking of unvarnished truths, Aubrey Plaza's first day confession will leave you both cringing and laughing. During an interview, Aubrey Plaza recounted how her first day on set involved a particularly uncomfortable scene with little direction. I read it on the page, and it said, "Brandy masturbates," and in my head, I envisioned a nice scene where you just see my hand slowly go out of frame, right? The frame stops, and then the hand, and then that's left to the imagination. That's right, that's what I thought I was going into. But then when I showed up, the camera was mounted on the ceiling, I was in my underwear and a Clinton t-shirt, and there were a bunch of old men smoking. True to her quirky charm, she approached it with the kind of commitment. Celebrating icons, boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like Icons, his existential musings and sharp humor were classic, leaving interviewers and fans alike unsure whether to laugh or rethink their life choices. Speaking of sharp humor, Patti LuPone's comments about a pop icon are unforgettable. In the 2017 interview, Patti LuPone didn't mince words when discussing Madonna's acting chops. What did you think of her role in Ida? Well, Madonna is a movie killer. She's dead behind the eyes. She cannot act her way out of a paper bag. She should not be in film or on stage. She's a wonderful performer for what she does, but she is not an actress. Bang, her brutally honest remarks added a new chapter to her long history of no-nonsense commentary. Meanwhile, Timothy Olin took a lighter approach, roasting the entire acting profession. Acting is easy. That's your quote from Tim Olin. Do you really believe that acting is easy? They tell me what to say. They tell me what to wear. It's a piece of cake, really. Stand over there and say this. Here, put this on. His comments on method acting provided a refreshing take on an often over-romanticized craft. Did you see that Jim Carrey documentary on Netflix where he was in character 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never breaks character? I watched that documentary in character. Really? My character hated it. Your character didn't like it? My character thought it was just narcissistic and pretentious. If Timothy kept it real about acting, wait until you hear how Jennifer Lawrence summed up her break from the spotlight. Jennifer Lawrence humorously summed up her break from the spotlight with a tongue-in-cheek update about how she spent her time. You were talking about wanting to take a break from the spotlight and from acting. What did you do for the last 3 years? I just have a ton of Laughter, sex. Good for you, good for you. From breaks to breakdowns, Naomi Campbell's shade on a famous feud stole the show. Naomi Campbell's commentary on a high-profile feud at Fashion Week was as sharp as her runway walk. What did you think about Nicki and Cardi's altercation at Fashion Week? Were you at that party? No, it was called the Icon Party, but there were no icons there. On the topic of icons, Dakota Johnson delivered one of the most memorable interview moments in talk show history. Dakota Johnson humorously pointed out Jimmy Fallon's tendency to interrupt his guests during their interviews. But are you in a cabin somewhere? Yes, it's a sort of lodge. Sorry, and then so you go out to walk the dog? Well, no, I sort of don't. They allow dogs at the hotel. Aren't you supposed to let people talk on the show? The candid moment highlighted her quick wit and ability to control the conversation, and just when you thought Dakota was done with her honesty streak, she faced off with Ellen DeGeneres. Dakota Johnson corrected Ellen DeGeneres during a live interview about her birthday party invitation, creating one of the most awkward yet entertaining moments in talk show history. How was the party? I wasn't invited. Actually, no, that's not the truth. Ellen, you were invited last year. No, last time I was on the show, you gave me a bunch of grief about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited. Well, who doesn't want to be invited to a party? Well, I didn't even know you liked me. Moving from awkward interviews to unapologetic monologues, Ricky Gervais brought the house down at the Golden Globes in 2020. Ricky Gervais used his platform as host of the Golden Globes to roast Hollywood's hypocrisy. If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech. You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world.